Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome back to the Stock Market Podcast from MPIinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. So, if you're not a part of this amazing community yet, do visit our website as given in the scroll here and join the community free of cost. Coming to stock market, the market is actually in a big rally mode yesterday, isn't it? So, in fact, we could see in the initial part of the day, we could see the weakness in the market, especially in the morning after the rupee started strengthening. Though it is of course good for the economy, we could see the IT sector getting weak then. Definitely, that's affecting IT sector income because most of the IT companies actually get their income in US dollars. So when the US dollars value actually starts depreciating, that is not a great thing for the IT sector, isn't it? And not only for the IT sector, any company who is into exports, right? So probably that is why we could see the IT sector kind of getting weak in the morning. But then in the afternoon, a total different thing happened. We could see major power actually coming in from the bank side, and we could see the bank nifty and finance sector, metal sector, all of them starting to drive the market up. And when that driving started, naturally IT stocks also started moving up, and altogether we could see a big rally in especially the last 1 hour. I would say not even last 1 hour. Just look at the candle from 2:55 p.m. Yes, just the 35 minutes, the market just rallied all the way to more than 18,427. Right, so that was like almost a big move, and that was kind of giving really positive. One thing I would say is now the Nifty has clearly broken the resistance of 18,350. So 18,350 is broken. What is the next important resistance? I would say it's only at 18,500. So things are looking, of course, great on the Indian market side. But then there is a surprise. You know what? Who do you think actually took the market up? The FIAs or the DIAs? Well, I am totally confused because the FIAs have actually sold for almost 549 crores and the DIAs have actually sold net of 221 crores. So then who actually took the market up? So this looks more like some short covering which was actually taken off, and probably that was not something which can be actually taken as a strength in the market right now. So fundamentally, there's no reason why the market has to rally right now, other than, of course, I've been talking about the FIIs investing. So if FIIs and DIAs have been on the booking profit of, they have been booking profit, then who actually took the market up? So that's a big question. So that looks more like a short covering, and if that is the case, we may not see the sustenance. But if you look at the market overall yesterday, we could see ONGC among the top performers, but then the results came yesterday after market hours that ONGC's profit has actually come down by almost 30%. So which is not good, but I would say it's still okay because for all energy sector, there is the pressure that they had to keep the cost low in spite of the input cost going up. So naturally, all the energy sector companies have been doing bad in that term, but then that was okay, I would say. So let us see how the market reacts to ONGC today. That's something to be watched. Actually, we could also see Nykaa falling down. What happened? Well, a big institutional investor actually offloaded a lot of shares of Nykaa. So the company name is Srikant India Mauritius. So they've actually sold shares worth almost 33.73 lakh shares, which is almost 0.1% of the company. And they've sold it at around 199, and that's exactly why we could see Nykaa falling. So naturally, this was kind of expected, that some investors will start booking profit at this time as they are, their lock-in period is over. So that's something that's happening at Nykaa. But I don't think that's a concern to people who are invested for a long term. So if at all there's a correction, probably we could add some more and hold it because the company is actually doing good. So, however, I would not recommend, adding more than a certain limit as we discussed in MPA family. So definitely, Nykaa is just a part of a portfolio, but still it's good to hold. Apart from that, we could see Airtel kind of getting stronger, and it was again hitting about to hit an all-time high. So there are chances it could actually hit another all-time high soon. So that's something that could be watched otherwise. And Coal India was one stock, in spite of the great results, has actually fallen down by almost 6% yesterday, majorly because the investors don't think that this might even continue as the inflation pressures are, getting down, and probably the energy sector, load may actually kind of may not give these kind of huge results in the next quarter. So that's something which is affecting coal India as well. So this is what happened in the market in India. But after that, what happened in the Europe is something interesting. So in Europe, we could see the market actually, kind of going in the green again and did well. Like India closed in the big green. Similarly, we could see the European markets also in a green. So all this actually led to a big gap up opening in the US. Yes. So Nasdaq was, Nasdaq almost opened with a gap up more than 2%, and S&P 500 and Dow Jones, all of them opened with a gap up. But and in fact, after that, we could also see the US the wholesale price index also coming. That is called the price in the price index in US. Was actually better than expectation. So inflation actually has come down better there, and that is something which is important, which actually kind of triggered the markets higher. But then things did not sustain. So there was still weakness. So fundamentally, there was the result season has kind of finished right now in the US. So there are no major results in the upcoming term. So until the next term starts. So that is one concern. And then Federal Reserve has always been hawkish in terms of their commentary. They say that even though the inflation has come down, the interest rates are not going to go down at any moment of time. So all these things are kind of putting the market off probably, and they're just waiting with some caution. And we could see finally the markets actually closing lower. So that was something. In fact, at that time, SGX Nifty was indicating more than 18,500. But then, as I looked today morning, it has actually come down and come close to 18,450. At one point, it had even come to 18,400, which was very low. So in fact, we might even see a flat to slightly gap down opening today. So that's something on the cards. If you look at the Asian markets are mixed, but then majorly slightly on the negative side, I would say, which is not looking good. So if you see, as I speak, I'm looking at the Asian markets. Korean market is down by 0.3%, Hong Kong is down by 0.5%, and we could see Shanghai down by 0.1%, and Japan also down by about 0.1%. In fact, they had fallen more, but they are recovering right now. So that looks kind of good. So if you look at SGX Nifty right now is at 18,458. So probably we could see a slightly lower opening than yesterday's closing. So we might see an opening below 18,400. So probably it could be a gap down. And that's something that could be expected. And if you look at Dow futures, they're already in the negative again. So things are not looking great in terms of the opening. But then, it is how the market closes that's more important. So if at all there is some selling pressure that comes in the first half, there are chances that it could be bought into as the market overall is just bullish. So that is something that I'm expecting. So there are chances that market can actually be sold into the initial phase. But then again, probably by end of the day, we might see a recovery unless there is something negative coming in. In fact, of course, there were some rumors around, that Russian missiles by mistake has gone and hit Poland and a few people died. So that, of course, is a small geopolitical tension. But I would say it's not a new news for the matter. But then let's see how the market can actually react to all these things. So that's something that we do. So like we always say, we only anticipate the market, and we don't predict the market, and we just change our direction based on the market's direction. So that's exactly what we're doing, and we are we had a small loss, I think, on Friday, and then over the weekend we actually recovered the losses, and we are back to break even, or some of us are already in positive as well. And looking forward to some good profit today, as we have some good positions that's already taken. And if market actually gap down or flat, we could still be in a good profit. So that's something that we will look forward to in the Gold Club. And apart from that, for the investors, of course, we have very few selective stocks to buy at this point of time, and more of booking profit in this point of time. So that's something that we're already doing. So I'm sure all of us would be in good profits already. So with that, looking forward to a great day. And tomorrow is the expiry. So today is, of course, a volatile day that could be expected. And that's a part of it, and let us try to enjoy the volatility and take some good trades. So with that, this is Srikant, Rajan signing off. But before we leave, do remember to press the like button. That of course helps to motivates us, and of course do share this podcast with your friends and relatives to help them learn and invest together with us. With that, this is Srikant, Rajan signing off until we catch up tomorrow morning for the next podcast. Goodbye, have a great day.